bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him on any given Sunday.
The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of the game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the set. Looking for a target. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed here to Johnston. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Riley Moss with that tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the play fake, it's Herbert. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds McConkey. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Marvin Mims now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Denver offense taking the field for their 2nd drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nicks off the play action. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And it sets up 2nd down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nicks. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 now. He's on the move. He takes it himself. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. We're 1 quarter closer to some turkey as we reach the end of one on Thanksgiving. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. It's taken in by Williams. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The Chargers getting their offense set for their 2nd drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Sent down by Cody Barton. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Escapes out to the left. He's on the move.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, Herbert. He throws a bullet down the left side. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 2nd quarter lead. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. It is Cup, left side. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the grab. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. And it's the Broncos with a 4th and 3. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And it can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? So this one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Herbert now off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. To throw, Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play action now for Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. New set of downs for him at the 38. First throw for the backup now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Throw on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they are unable to double their lead.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Broncos taking the field for the final time in this first half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's Nix. He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. Connecting on the slant. And they make the tackle at the 38. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New set of downs for him at the 38. Nix with it on 1st. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Nix connects with his back. Jaleel McLaughlin. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Will Lutz getting the call on fourth down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. We've arrived at the break, and what a second half we're in store for. It's tied at 10 after 2. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Darius Davis to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
All right, here we go, second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Broncos get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Williams. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Stopped by Deion Henley. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Complete to Mims. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. So he sends this one out of bounds, and that's going to put the upcoming drive at the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Back to the air, Herbert. He finds McConkey. This is ahead for about 5. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
You know what I love to say, you never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. On target to Dobbins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. It's Herbert once more. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers take a third-quarter lead. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many cover.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
No change to the call on the field. So that play is going to remain a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Mims. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first down, Nix has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Nix. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So they'll have some time to prepare for 3rd and goal. We're at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Three plays haven't gotten it. And they won't do it. So that fall's incomplete on 4th down.
Hey, drops happen.
Here. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out, some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Going for the first with Dobbins. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th and a yard.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Got 46 on his first punch, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he drives it up past the 45. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
From the 48. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton, and that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Charger offense making its way to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running behind center with Edwards. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking to throw. Incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. They're out now, ready to punt it. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. So here comes the Bronco offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Mims with the grab. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. All the time. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cut near the goal line. It's a Denver touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. It's into the hands of Will Dissly. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Second and 3 now. Herbert from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Throwing on first is Herbert. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. A tight end in motion now. They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And he's able to push forward and get them to the 34. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. On the return, here comes Davis. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. got first down from the 31. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A give right side to Dobbins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the gun on third, it's Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds him on the slant. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Connects on the crosser. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. The tight end going in motion right. Here's 2nd and 7. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that makes it 3rd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the first. And he reaches the end zone. That is a game-winning touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.